like number 2, Sean Murphy, is going to get the starting goal for Ireland. Senior goes out, steps out for Turkey. I think they split time yesterday, so Zach Withrow, number 9, I think played the second half. And Jeremy Smith, number 64, started the game. This time they may be changing things around, as it looks like Withrow is going to get the start tonight. Both teams are setting up. Ireland with a 1-3 split, one player on the offensive side. No, they've changed their mind. They're going to have a 2-on-2 split, while Turkey have 3 in the defensive zone and 1 in the offensive zone. And we're away. This is game 3 of the day from the Mali Arena in the beautiful city of Turku in Finland. We are hosting the first inaugural official ELF and FIL European Box Lacrosse Championships. As you can see, the emblem in the middle of the floor. 14 teams involved. 3 separate groups at 2 venues. As the first shot of the game goes wide, no need to panic. That siren going off is actually the shot clock alarm and not a fire alarm. So don't panic, Mr. Mannering. You'll get used to it. It goes off so often you won't even notice. That's Kem Dogrel, 13. Dishes the ball off, cuts through the middle. His teammate didn't see him. It's a moving pick. And again, Ireland push it on transition. That's Brendan Farrell. Up to Jason Reed. Looks like Jason Reed can play in both directions, left and right. That was Cian Rush, number 18. Push sock shot wide. He's got a great stick. Recognised only 3 seconds on the shot clock. They got it on, a shot on goal, but on that time all their attacking players hit the bench to make sure their defence is set up with the defensive players, and a clean check there, stripped him. There's a 3-on-1 opportunity if they can just get the ball. Unfortunately they can't. Good effort by the defender there, not to settle. This is Josh Smith, the high school player. He's 6'6", 240 pounds, and he's still got another year to go in high school. There's 21 running down the wing. There's Zybek, player in the crease, but there's no problem. As number 9 heads to the sin bin. So Ireland will be a man down on the penalty kill, while Turkey get the first power play. Patient setup. Zybek playing point. Take a shot straight away there by Smith. Turned away. Ireland clear the ball successfully. As they bring on Rory Madigan, number 40. Again, beats his man cleanly. And again, he looks to take the second man on. Very quick feet, fast first step. Gets a cross check in the back for his troubles. Again, another quick sidestep. This is 80 this time, that's Dan Kelly. And he scores the first goal of the game. Dan Kelly, left-handed forward. His parents have come over all the way from Boston to watch him play. They were here early, asking about what time the game starts. Supporting their son. It's great to see Dan Kelly with the first goal of the game. Makes it worthwhile coming all this way. Not only does he get the start, but gets the first goal. Shout out to him. Big Red Sox and Patriots fan. Can't go wrong with them, especially for lacrosse fans. Bill Belichick was a coach when his dad coached at Navy football, and actually he played lacrosse, and his son played lacrosse at Rutgers. Valiant attempt there to save the over and back. Dived full length, didn't quite make it. And again, good speed shown by the Irish. That's Michael Shea, 56. Very physical on the loose ball. Looks like there's a cross check. Someone's going to the bin. Looks like it's Canberkin Gurbuzoglu. Bit of a mouthful for a native English speaker, but apologies to our Turkish friends if I've mispronounced that. Canberkin Gurbuzoglu. He gets to have a rest for 2 minutes. Not quite sure that's right. There's 2 Irish players. 5 on 4, yeah. Well done, Sean. That's captain Sean Gibson, recognising there's 2 Irish players in the sin bin and only 1 Turkish player. So it should be 5 on 4 in favour of Turkey. As the referees talk things through. Sean Gibson is one of the main drivers of getting this European Box Lacrosse Championship together. Sean is the most capped player for Ireland. Also plays for the Dublin Riggers in the Alex Habreski Memorial Tournament in Raditon each year. Had over 60 caps for Ireland. And showing great leadership, helping the referees out there. Nice to see the bright orange socks as well, showing the colours for Ireland. Mr. Gibson. Gibby to his mates. Can't call him Mr. Gibson. Don't want to offend the young man. Been involved in international lacrosse for many years, going way back. And now the first penalty from Ireland is released. So now we're 5 on 5. Nice shot. Glove side, but he actually brought his stick across to make the save with the stick. But took the ball back into the crease. And a slash off ball. No call, and also no goal. That's unfortunate. Tremendous finish, but unfortunately the referees decide that he put the foot in the crease first, so that goal is wiped off. I don't think he saw the slash off the ball. Again, a big physical check by Joshua Smith. As he set a very solid pick. Looks like there's a slash being called against Ireland. There's 23 heads to the bench. Yep, that's confirmed. Slash, it's a minor penalty, which means it's 2 minutes and not 5. As Matt Loftus will be serving time in the sin bin. So it'll be 5 on 4 for Turkey. 2 minutes on Matt Loftus, and the simultaneous penalties, 51 seconds left on those. So 21 up top on the point.
1 minute 53 seconds.
Running play, Zybeck. On the left side, we've got Sokur. There's Zybeck again. Josh Smith has it. Oh, well played, Zybeck. Managed to save that one. There's another off the ball slash. This time, spotted it. That's his second one. So as one man enters the bench for the sin bin for Turkey. Oh no, I thought the first one was going to come out. Further 19 seconds on the simultaneous. Then it'll be 4v4. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Those weren't simultaneous. I believe it should be 4 and 4. Yep, we're back to 4 and 4. And then in 1 minute 19. I was going to say the goal would release it anyway. It's Jason Reed, number 17 for Ireland. A righty forward. 2-0 Ireland in the first quarter. 9:23 to go. Steps into the shot. Even on the replay, it's hard to see the ball. I think that went thigh hole, bounced it between the goalie's legs, ended up in the roof of the net. Yeah, and there's lots of emphasis there on off-ball play, but meanwhile, Ireland just picked the ball up. This is Andrew Myers, 34, controls the ball as they bring on the forwards. And on the left side, we have Dan Kelly, who scored that first goal. A nice step inside again, but no movement from his teammates. He was looking to feed. 18, a little pick and roll. Behind the back. Roll as your cap, Grandad. That's a little bit of flair. BTB. So it's Dan Kelly with the assist this time. As Luke Coppinger with the goal. Got wide open on the doorstep. Here we see, just cuts behind his man. Behind the back, goalie never saw it. Stick side low. Be one for the highlight reel. Take a Bowson. Very quick release. Put the ball behind him. Good to go. There's a timeout. Chance for the coaches to have a quick word with the players, get them to relax a little bit, refocus. As the siren goes off once more. And a bit of discussion here about the scoreboard as we watch the replay. A little sneak behind the defender there. It looked like he was setting a pick. In the last second, just stepped away. Now there's a pick and slip. Here we see the outside shot again from... Just got below the goalkeeper's stick. I think he's just beaten for pace there.
Team Ireland, third goal, scored by number 23, Matthew Loftus, time 6 minutes 15 seconds.
Helmet comes off, hopefully he's okay. And Turkey score. Holding his wrist or his shoulder. Again, this looks fun diving around on the floor, but it's solid concrete, a highly polished solid concrete, so that the ice hockey players can skate on a smooth surface. Hopefully he's okay. There's already been a couple of injuries so far in this tournament. Josh Smith, first shot was saved, but Kem Dogrel, number 13 for Turkey, scores the equalising goal. And we're all even. In 40 seconds, there'll be a power play opportunity for a further 20 seconds for Ireland. It's just a question whether they try to manage the clock to get that ball. It looks like it's over and back. So that'll be Turkish ball. And 21 seconds before the Irish penalty is released. Oh, sorry, it's the other way around. It's 20 seconds before the Turkish penalty is released. And they'll have a power play for 20 seconds. Good pressure. I think, yeah, that's Michael Kennedy. He actually retired for the international game, but numbers were short for this Irish team, so he decides to come out of retirement. And his turnover leads to a breakaway goal by number 11. That's Kieran Boylan for Ireland. Diving shot, didn't actually go in the crease, he dove tangential to the crease. Lands on his knees on the concrete, but he won't mind that as long as the ball hits the back of the net. You can see one of the Turkish defenders wasn't celebrating that goal with him as he thrashes the stick against the goal. Again, there's a little bit of skirmish and there's a headbutt off ball by 25, Omer Faruk Yetistirci, as he didn't see eye to eye with one of the Irish players. Yeah, there's a tough outing last night for the Turkish team. I spoke with the manager of their field lacrosse team. Very kindly provided some information. And this team is the youngest team here by far. There's 4 16-year-olds on the team. As Ireland score another goal. And this team is really aimed to get together for the next 4 years, or sorry, only 2 years now, for the World Championships in 2019. In 2015, they had a number of professional players representing Turkey, but the decision is made to go with domestic players and youth players. So this team will be together for the next 2 years in the build-up to 2019. It's a little bit of a baptism by fire. They faced Israel yesterday, who are probably one of the favourites for this tournament. It's the equivalent of learning to box against Mike Tyson. But Turkey never stood down. They fought to the last second for every loose ball.
Scored by number 80, Dan Kelly.
And Kelly with his second goal. Obviously knows his folks are in the crowd. putting on a bit of a show so far, Dan Kelly. Always good to see a Pats fan have success. Again, excellent forechecking by Ireland. Not quite sure what the delay was there. Again, the rules and most of the officials are encouraged to encourage a fast flow of the game, not make it about the referees. For some reason that everything wasn't okay. Yeah, nice take on the crease. This time, goalie makes a save. Ball gets stuck in his pads. So it'll be Turkish possession as their defenders head to the bench and their forwards step back on the floor. Got 6 minutes left in the first quarter. It's Ireland 5, Turkey 1. Again, Turkey being patient. Let's see, Bickerben again, 21. Plays a pivotal role on offense. There's a chance for a 2-on-1. Is that Sean Gibson? I think it is. Oh, hesitated just a little bit too long. Again, there's a little bit of afters, a late hit. Referee telling both of them to calm down, or they'll both be off. Good officiating there. Even if they sent them both off, it'd still be 5-on-5, so there's no advantage. A little bit of encouragement there from the crowd, highlighting the point that perhaps there were too many men on the floor. Come on, ref, they've got 6. There should be 6 players out there. Obviously one of them though is the goalkeeper. Again, they made the call, they gave the signal. Looks like the Turkey bench didn't get the message. They're sending the in-home. It's a tough job being an in-home. So he gets to serve the penalty, even though he not necessarily wasn't him that was too early onto the floor. So it'll be an Irish power play. Just over 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Power play looks like we have Drew Wichman, number 12. Not like the door's open. Maybe it's not the in-home and the centre player to take it. Once you've nominated the in-home, if it's a team penalty, then the in-home actually has to serve it. Again, the coaches are just confirming with the official. Play restarts. So it's Jason Reed on the ball now, 17. He's already scored 1. To Luke Coppinger. They set the screen and the goal. Beautifully worked move from the top 3. You've got 2 defenders against 3 up top. And what happens, the centre point man passes to one side and then sets the pick. You will see, actually he just curls to the outside. There's the pick coming all the way from the wing. Creates the space inside to drive right down the middle. And that's Drew Wichman with a power play goal, with the assist going to 25, Luke Coppinger. Again, very, very quick and effective play. Bit of verbal after the game. Not the best way, and well done, referee. 42 seems to have taken offence. That's Murathan Narici, who's pushing the referee, and he needs to get that under control. Ireland player there. Looks like they scored the goal, but as soon as he scored, jumping up and down in the guy's face, gives him the bird. And 42, Araski comes over, doesn't like the look of that. I think the situation there, because the Turkish team have a number of young players on the team. One of the senior players took umbrage, was celebrating in the face of one of their younger players. Has to stick up for his teammates. Had a little chat with the Irish player, suggesting that he shouldn't do that. Both captains there. That's Sean Gibson and Kem Dogrel for Turkey. Sean Gibson to our right as you look at the screen. It's 7-1 Ireland at the end of all that, but I don't think this delay may benefit both teams. Let players calm down, although the Irish player in the box still seems to be enticing the Turkish player. It's nice to see number 12 for Ireland having a quiet word. That's Drew Witchman having a quiet word with his teammate in the box that perhaps he ought to calm down a little bit. There's a long game to go. Also, there's a long tournament. If they have a major penalty for inciting, not only is there a 10-minute major and a further 10 minutes for a game misconduct, he risks the possibility that any further major penalty and he will be thrown out the whole tournament. At that point, not only can you not play on the floor, but you can't stand on the bench or take part in any of the team practices. In effect, you are disqualified from the whole tournament. And obviously, if you then proceed to break that by being on the bench or on the practice floor, you risk further sanctions against your team. Obviously, number 12 recognises that. Quiet word in his shell-like that suggests maybe that isn't such a good idea to entice the opposition. It's a 7-1 game. I'm not sure whether that is a game misconduct. 24 is heading to the bench. Is he heading to the tunnel? I think he may have been thrown out the game. There is actually a third man in rule, where if two participants are engaged in, how should we put this, handbags at 5 paces, that the third man in is actually penalised, and that may be the situation that's come there. Things had calmed down a little bit as when they were reignited again from the third player coming in. I'm sure we'll discover more shortly. It's 7-1 with 4:48 and 4:48 left in the first quarter. So a long way to go, and I'm sure there'll be more shenanigans to come. Again, it was actually a really smart heads-up play. They got the quick restart, threw the ball to the crease, scored the goal. Everything was hunky-dory, and unfortunately he decided that he wanted to add a little salt to it. And not only gave some verbals, but also some intricate hand gestures to the Turkish defender. Again, the scorers are getting together. A lot of discussion on the bench, as we've see the gentleman in the black shirt there. That's Don Blakelock. He's previously been a referee-in-chief at a tournament. He's refereed games in England, originally based in Canada, but has a wealth of experience. And this may be a first situation. The volunteers you can see in the t-shirts with the tournament logo, and with his hat on backwards is our friend Antti, pointing the finger there. He's discussing it with the head ref and Don Blakelock. And the official onto the left in glasses is one of the organisers of the event. Maybe an issue with the scoreboard as well. Right, so it looks like 25 from Turkey is Omar Faruk Yetisturci. He's at least got a 5-minute major. And the Fracas.
10 minutes, 12 seconds. Team Ireland, number 24, Peter Sullivan, 2-minute minor, unsportsmanlike conduct. And Team Turkey, number 25, Omar Faruk Yeteriski, unsportsmanlike conduct, 2-minute minor. And number 25, Omar Faruk Yeteriski, 5-minute major for cross-checking and game misconduct.
Yeah. Right, so at the end of that, we actually have 2 penalties on number 25. The simultaneous unsportsmanlike conducts for unsportsmanlike conduct, which is a 2-minute minor. But then 25 has got Yetisturci's got a further 5-minute penalty for a major foul of cross-checking after the whistle. Another goal for Ireland. Hopefully he celebrates this one with his own teammates rather than the opposition. Nice finish there inside. That's Andrew Myers, right-handed forward. And what happens because of that? Being a major straight away after the minor penalty, and with it obviously being a dead ball. On top of that, he's got a game misconduct, so that was him actually leaving the penalty box and heading to the locker room. He's out for the game now, and one of his teammates will serve his time in the penalty box. Again, there's no problem with the officials taking their time to get it right, and on this case they have done. I think they had problems getting the scoreboard up to date with all the information. We're at the end of it. It's the 3rd man in rule causes the issues. Both men were sent to the sin bin for unsportsmanlike. The 3rd man in gets the major and the game misconduct. And another reason which is quite useful for the referees taking the time on that one, it allows both teams to get their heads on straight, let the blood cool down a little bit. It's like a further delay this time, not sure what this one's for. Meanwhile, home on the range, it's Ireland 8, Turkey 1. That was actually Turkey's first goal of the tournament. And we had a very tough night against Israel. Turkey and Israel are actually brother nations in lacrosse. Israel actually sponsor 2 Turkish players each year to come over to Israel and compete in the Israeli Lacrosse League. And there we see another goal for Jason Reed. Subdued celebration. 2 assists on this one. Quick ball movement. Again, they're on a man down, Turkey. So they're always up against it under quick ball movement. The ball's always going to move faster than the man. There's Reed with the bounce shot into the roof of the net. It's Ireland 9, Turkey 1. The referee places the ball, calls both men down to the draw. Again, because it's a major penalty. The penalty is not released from the first goal. There has to be 2 goals. Although at least this time, if they score another goal, the man in the bench will be released because the player who actually got the penalty was on, has been already in the locker room. There is that second goal, so that penalty should be released now. Number 22 should be able to, who is serving the penalty, should be able to rejoin the fray.
Team Ireland 9 goals scored by number 17, Jason Reed, assisted by number 25, Luke Coppinger, 11 minutes, 20 seconds.
Again, when you're a man down against a power play, once you start getting you rotating, you're always up against it because you have to sprint into position to mark a man, and all it needs is for that man to step inside, and because you're putting all the effort to get there, you can't actually stop in time.
Assisted by number 80, Dan Kelly, 11 minutes, 38 seconds.
As our PA announcer here announced it to the crowd, it's Luke Coppinger with the finish, number 25 on the power play. With the assist, I thought it was Drew Witchman with the assist, may not have been. Full length pass. This is Shea. Again, very controlled finish. A little bit of a hesitation move. Michael Shea looked like he was going to shoot and then just held it for an extra half second. That suddenly gets the goalie on flat-footed, and he just pulled it near side. Actually, it's far side, glove side. Get full length of the field pass, breakaway one-on-one. At this point, the goalie's up against it, beating for pace that near glove post.
Goal scored by number 56, Mike Shea, assisted by number 9, Sonny Campbell, 12 minutes, 1 second.
With the assist from Sonny Finn Campbell. He was the one who made the long outlet pass. Again, quick decision making. Not only did he recognise that there was a man free breaking towards goal, but had the skill to get the ball up off the floor and to hit him in stride. The face-off man, number 9 for Ireland, Sonny Finn Campbell. This is Sean Gibson. Recognised he couldn't go straight to goal, so takes it behind and recycles. A nice little look inside. Dan Kelly doesn't force it. Fortunately, the feed up front goes astray. So it's Tanner Fetch in goal, 0-0. He corrals the ball, but as soon as he touched it, that's an over and back, because no Turkish defender touched the ball off the missed shot. And so as soon as the ball goes into their half and an Irish player touches the ball, that'll be called. This is Joshua Smith again. And Josh Smith took some punishment yesterday against Israel, but he wouldn't back down every time, driving and being aggressive going to goal. Again, that's not the ideal pass you want to be receiving on the crease. You have to jump in the air and stretch, exposing your ribs. Fortunately got away with it. Good forechecking again. But ultimately comes to a Turkey ball. This is 13 Chem Dogrel. Good control play there. Picked it up in traffic, but found space. And there's a shot clock. On top of that, he's going to get called for delay of game. As soon as the hooter goes off, you can't throw the ball, drop it on the spot. So again, one frustration is followed by another. If the shot clock goes off without Turkey even being able to take a shot, you then get called for the delay of game. Just explaining something there to the Turkey bench.
Team Turkey, number 13, Sam Dogrel, 2 minutes, minor delay in the game.
There's a minor penalty. It's just one of the technical rules of the game. Again, it's to stop teams every time a penalty is given away, or the shot clock violation of just throwing the ball into the corner after the game, thereby slowing the game down for everyone. So the rules put into place to discourage that. As again, as I said, the referees, the rules committee, and all the players are looking at speeding up the game and improving the flow. There's a interference off ball, pushing an Irish defender into the crease. No penalty, as it was a loose ball. It's just change of possession. There's the plough again. Jason Reed with the shot. Looks very comfortable on the plough play. Those little rotations from the 3 up top against the 2 defenders on the man down. And they work the ball together. That leaves 25 off 12. That's 17 with the first missed shot. They gather the ball. And he brings it in. Again, they're just passing it between each other, working on one defender. And when the next defender doesn't slide to put pressure on the ball, Luke Copinger with the ball again.
14 minutes, 31 seconds.
Again, lacrosse is a game for people of different shapes and sizes. One of the underlying factors, though, is that you can handle a stick. There's always a chance you can get game time. Very slick passing there on the Irish transition. And again, taking a shot after the hooter. Gets away with it this time. So that's the end of the first quarter. It's Ireland 12, Turkey 1. Lively first quarter. And take a small break and we'll join you for the start of the second. And welcome back. Ireland 12, Turkey 1 in a lively first quarter. Lots of action and entertainment. It's Tanafet still in goal for Ireland, 0-0. So it's a very young squad for Turkey. Need to learn on the hoof. Nice loose ball and fake flip. Looked like he was going to flip it to the guy running upfield. We're all even 5 on 5. So Brendan Farrell pulls the ball in one hand to his right hand. Looks to drive to cage, but good defence there. And an excellent save. He went low to low. A slash called. Going to see who that on. And they're calling it on Dan Kelly. He'll get to go and take a seat on the naughty step. 2 minutes, I presume, for a slash, which is a minor penalty. I think just to clarify from the incident earlier, where there was a minor penalty and a major penalty on the Turkish player, the main problem with the game misconduct is not so much the major, it was the third man in, I believe. So again, the rule is there to stop escalation of incidents. If two people are going one-on-one over a dispute, they'll both spend up time in the box. Nice double pump fake and finish again. The transition very effective for Ireland. Number 9, Sonny Finn Campbell with the goal. And he makes it look easy. It's a long pass for the breakaway, but one-on-one with the goalie. Double pump fake and then bounces it low. Glove tied. Just put it below the glove. 2 pump fakes, but keeps his feet moving. So he moves from the left side of the goal to the right. That puts all the pressure on the goalkeeper, who has to try and keep his angles while also moving across the goal. Again, another finish. I believe that's number 40. Oh, I thought it was 44. Might be number 40. Rory Madigan. Hopefully we'll see on the replay. That's Michael Shea. Yeah, it's number 14. Rory Madigan. A little bit of a twister. As we watch, he pulls the stick across his face and shoots as though it was left-handed. That's known as a twister. Again, it makes it harder for the goalie to read and also improves his angle, shooting from what is in effect the wrong side of the field court for him. Again, very quick ball movement. That time choosing to go with the one-timer rather than the fake. Brendan Farrell, act like you've been there before. And he catches a Turkish defender heading to the bench. As soon as the ball's in his stick, buries it low between the goalie's legs, bounces into the roof of the net. That's Ireland 15, Turkey 1. And just quietly, Ireland have been dominating on time of possession, winning the face-offs.
16 minutes, 21 seconds.
As Turkey send another player onto the sin bin. It's number 21. That's Zeybek for Turkey. One of the 16-year-olds actually plays for the New Jersey Riot Box. Another one of this very young squad from Turkey. Plays at Glenridge High School. A popular goal there with the Irish bench. Power play goal for number 18 for Ireland. Cian Rush. Watching him in the warm-up, he's got very slick stick skills. Here he is on the left post. They set a pick, number 12, on his defender as he curls topside. To be able to save it, you need to be able to see it, and he had two men in front of the goalie there. Cian Rush recognises it, sticks the ball in, shoot when the goalie's not looking, as a wise coach once said. Shout out there to Mr. Collier, currently the head coach of the England women's team, and will be starting in the World Cup shortly. Oh, it's one of his favourites, Coach Collier. Coaches the men's and the women's team at lacrosse, or has done. Currently the head coach of the women's lacrosse team as they enter the home World Cup at Surrey Park in Guildford, in England. Meanwhile, 4-on-4.
57 seconds.
And there's the official PA announcement of Cian Rush. Gave the time on the goal. Special moment for him. He comes on the field again. In that left post. All the power that time, but the goalie made an arm save. He stuck his chicken wing elbow out. Again, back to the power play. A little bit of movement inside. Again, number 44 took umbrage. He actually blocked the shot and made a good play on it. Obviously that shot bounced off his helmet. And having blocked the shot, he then obviously took offence to the ball hitting him. And this time it's an over and back. That'll be Turkey possession as they keep Ireland out this time on the penalty kill unit. Number 44 for Turkey, the transition player, is Deniz Pekgüzel. Pekgüzel. Yeah, apologies to our Turkish friends for the pronunciation. Not my native tongue. And this is Josh Smith. Again, taking a lot of pressure and contact from the Irish defence. He's just looking over the top of them. The ice pick check there. Two saves. There were 3 on none at one point there. And the goalkeeper shuts them down. It's not easy to score in this game. Ireland couldn't believe the look, but also couldn't capitalise. There's a siren about to go off. That's Can Birkin Gubizoglu. Again, showing a bit of experience by waiting with the ball, holding on to it, allowing all his teammates and the forwards to get on the floor, so he can just simply pass the ball off and they're ready to go. He's done his job for the defensive end. Good switch of hands and an outside shot on the run. Obviously a field lacrosse player. ambitious ball, the full length of the field. Fortunately, the bounce just took it away from the Irish forward, sprinting onto the field. Quick count up of men. The referee decides that's too many. So they mirror the play. Michael Shea wants to discuss it. It's the second quarter. There's 9:52 left in the first half. I believe Michael Shea is one of the assistant captains. Now, too many Turkish defenders on the floor. They've got 5 defenders, and there's one in the penalty box. So the message gets relayed as one of them heads to the bench. So again, Turkey facing another power play. This time it's Mr. Kelly to bring it on. Sorry, Rory Madigan. Here's Kelly. And the whistle had gone, so even if it rolls over the line into the goal after the whistle, it's no goal. This is Murathan Arici. Clears the ball, does his job for his team. Again, a little bit of confusion on the bench. They were on the power play, or on the penalty kill. And instead of having 4 men on the floor, a 5th player, which would normally be okay, came onto the floor and have to serve a further penalty. So there'll now be 2 men down. This time it's 22 who will serve the penalty as he heads to the box, and that's Mehmet Sayet Oza. Mehmet Oza gets to serve a further 2 minutes. So there'll be 2 men down for 1:34, and then a further 26 seconds, just the 1 man down on the power play. Again, if each goal should release a man. That's obviously assuming that the 3-man zone for Turkey can't hold them out, and unfortunately the goalkeeper very nearly made the save there. It's Zach Withrow in the goal now. Got a big piece of that one. So as I mentioned before, you quite often see the goalies freeze, so they don't want to knock the ball into the goal. Here is Dan Kelly, fires it, catches his stick and his leg before slowly rolling over the goal. That's a tough break for Mr. Withrow. Zachary Withrow. One of the penalties released, so there's 1:43 left on the remaining penalty. It's Ireland 17, Turkey 1. 9 minutes left in the first half.
Team Ireland, 17th goal scored by number 48, Conor O'Carroll. 20 minutes, 30 seconds.
Yes, they give it. I thought they should do. That was very deft play around the crease. He knew he was falling into the crease. That's Kieran Rush again. It's a very skillful touch around the crease. He's wide open here. The shot actually gets deflected from his teammate, and he's already in the motion of shooting as he delays it and manages to lean back, take the ball and shoot it in one motion before landing in the crease. Great coverage there on our highlights package, showing it in slow motion as Kieran Rush, number 18, scores goal number 18 for Ireland here in the first half. Again, very slick finish on that left post.
Team Ireland, 18th goal scored by number 12, Drew Wishman, assisted by number 56, Mike Shea. 21 minutes, 8 seconds.
Right, it was number 18 with the goal. Michael Shea's 56. So unless they've swapped shirts, I'm not sure about the accuracy of that one. I'm sure they'll work it out in edit. Again, all the stats here are posted live. You can view them on EBLC2017.com. What happens if any of the players or teams feel that some player hasn't been credited with a goal or an assist, they can get in touch with the representatives and those stats can be adjusted. Obviously looking to be as accurate as you can, but with anything, when it's all live, occasionally players can get misidentified. Here we see Dan Kelly. Again, pick set by Kieran Rush. Feed to the middle. Again, a late cross check. Confident finish. I believe that was Rory Madigan, number 40. Pushes to score to Ireland 19, Turkey 1. The referee places the ball down, whistle goes. Again, fighting for every ball. There's a trip. So you can see who the penalty's on. Number 3. That's Barış Özgür Yılmaz.
22 minutes, 10 seconds. Penalty at the same time. Team Turkey.
Again, Turkey got too many men on the field. I'm sure the referees will let them know. So one man will head off. It can be very confusing in the heat of the game. So make sure you get all the right men on at the right time. It's a very technical sport, box lacrosse, as well as a very physical sport. The old saying is you have your head in the freezer, body in the furnace. So the adrenaline is flowing, but under all that pressure and competition and physical exertion, you need to keep a calm head. Easier said than done. And there's a man who seems to have controlled it. Full length clear, getting double teamed, but he's protected the ball. Excellent play. Unfortunately, I don't have a number 17 on the roster for Turkey. Confirm that. Again, another shot for Ireland. That's over and back once you're outside the crease. You can't bring that back in. And unfortunately, there isn't a number 17 on the roster that was given in at the scorecard. So, well played, Mr. 17. And again, Ireland's game sense, they're ready as soon as the whistle went to go, while Turkey was still setting up. A little bit of a disagreement there with the goalie. Here we see the referee flicks the ball to Michael Kennedy, come out of retirement to play in this tournament. Defender was looking away, having just made a great play, the full length of the floor. Unfortunately, he wasn't ready for the restart. And his goalkeeper just letting him know that maybe next time you could stop the shooter. Again, he runs through the crease. That's Sean Gibson at that time. But again, being a veteran player that he is, he knew instantly that he wouldn't be allowed to touch the ball as the first man having run through the crease.
Scored by number 11, Kiara Boylan, 23 minutes, 18 seconds.
Yeah, on the scorers table had that last goal as number 11, Kieran Boylan. Kieran Rush, number 18 on the field at the moment. Over to 17 Ireland, which is Jason Reed. think he's already got a hat-trick. Unfortunately, the shot hit his own man. Friendly fire. That could have been called a headshot. Seems to have got away with that one. Again, good control there. Very nearly went over and back, but Kem Dogrel intercepted it. But again, good forechecking by the Ireland team. Forces a turnover. All right, so we have Dan Kelly, Brendan Farrell, Sonny Finn Campbell, this is Dan Kelly on the ball at the moment. Gets the pick, step to the middle, off the bar. And a superb catch in the outfield. Michael Shea, cool as you like. I'm not sure we caught it on camera. As the ball rebounded off the post, came flying into the Irish bench. And Michael Shea just casually extended his left hand and caught it in his left gloved hand. And then casually flicked the ball back to the official. Obviously a potential cricketer there. And very patient the Irish team. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. So takes the outside shot, looking for the reset. Well saved by Zachary Withrow. Not only did he save it, but he controlled possession. Allowed Turkey to get their players up the field. Quick shot by Zabek. Again, Ireland nearly had the transition going the other way. Just couldn't corral the ball off the headman ball. Again, the ball always moves faster than man. So whoever's the furthest upfield, each team should really be looking to push the ball to them so they can attack the goal before the defence has an opportunity to get back. Oh, very nearly a good pick and roll there, just a little bit too aggressive. That was Rory Madigan, number 40. He set the pick just a little bit too hard, but as he rolled, he was free inside. But unfortunately, the ref decided that was a little bit too physical, and the ball goes to Turkey. So it's Ireland 20, Turkey 1. Correction, that's Josh Smith, the high school player. There's a long distance shot and a bit of mustard on it. See, he's just coming off the bench, gets the ball, puts his full weight into it, steps through it. Tanafetch thought he had it covered, but Joshua Smith put it just inside that far post.
Second goal scored by number 28, Joshua Smith. 26 minutes, 9 seconds.
At high school, Joshua Smith, who's from the, or will be going, I think, to the University of Great Falls. He's 6 foot, is that the right guy? Yeah, 6'3", 265. Last season in the field game for his high school, finished with 48 goals and 2 assists in 13 games. So here he is at the Senior European Box Lacrosse Championships. I feel sorry for those high school defenders having to match up with him. That was a high risk shot there. Again, if you want to avoid a hit in box lacrosse, the trick is to go low so the hit goes over the top of you. Here we see 21. That's Zebek again. He leaps up in the air, which is something you might do in field lacrosse. As he leaps into the crease in the air, Michael Shea had every right to make a cross check while he's in the air. The referee decided that was too physical, maybe a bit too high. So Shea.
2-minute minor penalty for cross checking. 26 minutes,
take the minor penalty. Again, much better ball movement by Turkey. Actually scoring a goal just give a bit of a, a bit more hop in the step. A bit more confidence. Certainly the Turkish power play was zipping the ball around. Again, another shot by Smith. Too many men on the floor. Well, this is interesting. Yeah, I thought it was. The Turkey defence, they set their 4 men on the penalty killing unit, and the penalty's actually on Ireland. So the Turkish player was upset about the call, but actually it was Ireland that had too many men on the floor. For a second there, we had both sets of defenders on the floor. It's 4-on-4 with neither team wanting the ball. They both thought they were serving the penalty. So it's Turkey on the power play. Again, there's Josh Smith, there he is on the back right. Sneak from behind goal.
24, Peter Sullivan, 2-minute corner penalty, illegal substitution, 27 minutes, 20 seconds.
And it's those decisions that are key. They're on the power play. Ireland's attacker, the number 9, Sonny Finn Campbell, was flat on his back, sliding towards the crease, had nowhere to go, threw the ball, which Turkey regained possession, but a Turkish defender thought one more cross-check while he's on the ground would serve, and all it led to was a change of possession. The ball goes back to Ireland, and they have more time to kill the penalty. Just those little decisions. As I said, it's a technical game, and really are learning on, jumping in the deep end. But again, this group, very young players, the youngest squad by far here, but they will benefit from this as they will go into the World Championships in 2019. So it's a baptism by fire. Very passionate group, representing their country, fighting for every inch on the floor. But had a tough outing against Israel, who were probably one of the favourites of the tournament. And again, Ireland, much greater experience, having played in numerous Alex Hebreski Memorial tournaments under the Dublin rigours. Again, a number of these players also had extensive box lacrosse experience. So number 13 is their captain. He's the most capped player ever for Ireland lacrosse. Again, you can get all the details at lacrosse.ie if you want to look up and find out more about the Irish players. And obviously all the scores, highlights will be on thefanseat.com. Again, an unselfish play, making even harder work for the goalie. As soon as you make the goalie move from side to side, he's more vulnerable. Yeah, and it's not that the Turkish team aren't trying, desperately cross-checking both players, but it's 2 on none, 24, and they go near side. And this is one of the shots where you...
Scored by number 34, Andrew Hayes, and assisted by number 24, Peter Sullivan. 9 minutes, 36 seconds.
So Andrew Myers with the goal, number 34 with the assist from number 24, Peter Sullivan. On that breakaway goal, both Turkish defenders tried to stop it at source. But a standing man up against a man running at full pace is always up against it. And 34 has a bit of bounce in his step there, wins the next face-off, having scored the goal. Great play by Andrew Myers. Andrew Myers plays at Carthage Lacrosse, home of the high school, which was the home of the Powell brothers, the Carthage Comets. I believe Carthage College is a Division 3 school. And that's half time. Again, there's no backing down from this Turkish team. But the score at half time is Ireland 21, Turkey 2. And welcome back to the start of the second half. Much discussions during half-time with that game misconduct penalty. And again, it looks like it was the third man in. It would have been all even with 2 unsportsmanlike minor penalties, 2 minutes each. But according to the stats, it's managed to check out at half-time. The third man in, not only did he get a 5-minute major for the cross-check, but that also led to a game misconduct penalty of a further 10 minutes, and that's why he was sent to the dressing room. His game was over. So it was actually 17 minutes appear in the box score for penalty on that one play against the Turkish player. Obviously his team won't have to serve all the 17 minutes. But what it does happen is that if he has another major penalty in a game, that may well be his tournament over. Which puts a bit of pressure. But shot clock violation, and Turkey have the ball. It's 5-on-5. And there's Josh Smith. That ball bounces off the Irish bench and into the crowd. Referee flicks the ball away, and Michael Shea recognises there's no odd man advantage, so carries it into the corner. Attempted hidden ball trick there, backfired. Cian Rush on the ball. Again, good movement. There's a refreshed Irish team. It may seem strange, but it's a lot harder defending than it is attacking. I'm sure the sports psychologists have something to say about it. But if you spend the whole game reacting and chasing players, it's a lot harder than actually you deciding which direction you're going. And just to recognise the scores, 21 to Ireland, 2 to Turkey. We're here in the third quarter. Score correction there. And this is Josh Smith driving hard to the cage. As you can see, Ireland have had a change in goal as Michael Kennedy dishes the ball upfield to Andrew Myers. Not likely to miss the new goalkeeper. It's Sean Murphy, number 2, in goal for Ireland in the second half, who's wearing a rather sparkly helmet. I guess the idea is there that the opposition shooters are attracted to the sparkly lights reflecting off his helmet. Reminds me of Christmas. We'll see if that works or not. Again, 2 clock violations to start, or shot clock violations to start for Ireland in the second half. Be interesting to see how aggressive they are going to goal, or whether they're just looking to milk the clock. 21 goals to 2. There's a chance for a breakaway here. Ireland pull it out and reset. Again, they want to get as much game time to their forwards as possible. As well as momentum in sport, there's also a certain amount of, due to rhythm, and the players can just find their rhythm where they start recognising space for each other, such as that. Cut to the crease, he stopped and waited for the feed that was right on time, right place, right time. And 11 scores the goal. It's 6 from 17, you see right into the middle of the defence. Right, well there's 6 Irish players on the field. Oh sorry, on the floor. Again, it's my field lacrosse background coming out. So I can only assume is that during that process that the Irish goalie ran to the bench so to get the 6 man on. It was obviously a very subtle move because I didn't notice them do it. But that pushes the score out to Ireland 22, Turkey 2. Was Kieran Boylan with the goal, with the assist from Jason Reed.
Team Ireland, 22nd goal, scored by number 11.
Again, getting cross-checks in the back there by Sean Gibson. Not a pleasant experience. And Gibby just absorbs the cross-checks, rolls the ball out to Jason Reed. Again, the left side. Set the pick with Brendan Farrell and Kieran Rush. Again, the Irish players were shouting at the ball carrier, letting him know that the shot clock was winding down. Obviously, he didn't get the message. And so the siren goes off once more. So Turkey looks for the isolation. Good split dodge. Inside step. Very quick feet there. Ball deflected off an Irish defender, so Turkey will retain possession. Again, that was Zybek for Turkey. Obviously an experienced field player as he waves to the Irish bench. How to make friends and influence people. He had two good dodges there where he, very quick first step and got free. Unfortunately wasn't able to finish it. And nice give and go. Passes out to the wing, cut to the goal, takes it across his body. And Rory Madigan, again, runs in on goal. Here we see it, he passes down to the side, cuts hard inside, gets the ball back. And instead of shooting straight away, he runs across the goal, making the goalkeeper move from his right-hand side to his left. And as soon as he's in motion in that direction, he just puts the ball back against the grain on the near side and scores the goal. Just like in football, how they recommend whenever you're heading the ball from across to put it back from where the goalie's just come from. It's exactly the same in lacrosse.
Assisted by number 11, Kieran Boylan. 36 minutes, 54 seconds.
Again, there's an off the ball slash there. I'm not sure the referees saw it. I think it's one of them's holding his hand up, so I think he did. Both players were just running to the bench, and suddenly the Turkish player took a swipe at the legs of one of the Irish players. Not sure that was something he said. Kieran Rush tries to finish, it's still live. And the ref, again, the goalkeeper's been pulled, so it's 6-on-5. Ireland maintaining possession. Shot clock's been reset, and Rory Madigan scores again. Not sure if that was the same combination of Jason Reed to Rory Madigan. I'm not sure we'll be able to see the highlight of that off-ball slash. The camera may well have been following the ball. It was way off ball. Nice finish again by Madigan. Again, it's that patience and poise in front of goal that makes the difference between the natural-born goal scorers. Some people, as soon as they get in front of goal, they panic and grip the stick too tight. As they look to cash in. Other players, everything slows, the game slows down for them, and they just make the right decision. Again, here we go again. Cross check to the throat. Player's going to take umbrage with that. Again, the referees have to be careful here. This game is out of hand at 24-2. Let's see if one man goes or two men go. See what the call is. 5-on-5, so no penalty. Just a change of possession. Obviously, I must have missed the first hit. So rather than call both players, they've just said call it even. Maybe have a quiet word with them. The next one will end up in the bin. Again, patience, taking it right the way down to the last couple of seconds of the shot clock. I was expecting an Olay on that one. Jason Reed nearly got splattered against the wall. The very last second, just steps to one side and avoids the running square check. It's important, as I said, that the referees maintain control. There's a lot of pride, a lot of testosterone on the floor. This is Zybeck, brings the ball on. And good movement. Outside shot. That's Ali Arenakin, number 39. Got the lefty, Safak Sokur. Michael Shea looks to take it behind goal. He's being chased by Mustafa Talou. Talou pressing the ball. Kieran Rush. Back to Reed. Reed to Brendan Farrell. And Drew Witchman, number 12. Again, he's another one with very fast feet. Very unlikely you're going to get a clean hit on Witchman. No. Again, the referee's seen something he didn't like. And this time it looks like Brendan Farrell was losing patience with the off-ball interference. And as quite so often the way, it's the reaction that draws the penalty. The first hit gets missed. So he'll have 2 minutes on the naughty step to think about it. Joshua Smith and Kem Dogrel on that right side. Just a little bit too physical. Surprised that call is not reversed. As Kem Dogrel, the captain of the Turkey side, was called for interference on a moving pick, but he also took a cross check in the back off the ball. Or rather, when the ball was dead. Quite often see it in rugby where a penalty is given and then the after whistle shenanigans lead to the penalty being reversed. This time Ireland are the beneficiary as they run the clock out again. And the whistle restarts. It's got 10 seconds to get the ball over the halfway line. Turkey on the power play, but they're being very patient with this build-up. They've got 5-on-4. It's a great opportunity for another goal. That was Kem Dogrel again with the outside shot. Josh Smith bounces one, but it goes over the glass into the crowd. Pitched it a little bit short, as a cricket analogy. He went with a high bouncer, ended up with a no ball. Kieran Rush to Drew Witchman. I don't know where he plays, Drew Witchman. He just looks comfortable all over the floor. Attack, defence, seems to make the right decision each time. A very accomplished player, has him down as the Dublin Riggers. He's one of the teams that regularly travel to Aradatin. Try saying that 3 times fast. Again, Radatin, one of the very few outdoor arenas built specifically for lacrosse, and home of the Radatin Custodes, as well as the Radatin Wolves. And a lot of the games from the National Box Lacrosse League take place in Radatin, as number 9, Sonny Phil Campbell, goes the full length of the field and celebrates as though he's bored. It's good to see a full breakaway. As I said earlier, it's a lot harder defending than it is attacking when you've not got the ball. A little bit of a twister on the finish. Great work by Sonny Finn Campbell. Hello.
Team Ireland, 25th goal, scored by number 9, Sonny Campbell. 44 minutes, 56 seconds.
There's a timeout, I think, or was that end of the third quarter? Yeah, that was the end of the third. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? Not that it's much fun for Turkey. But again, they're a very proud nation. These players, as I mentioned a number of times, the youngest team here by far. We just check their roster. Their ages are 22, 17, 27, 33, 16, 27, 22, 21, 16, 22, 20, 16, 16, 25 on the senior pros, 19, 20, 21 and another 25-year-old. So I'm not even sure if the average age is over 20. We've got 4 16-year-olds, a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old. Again, most of them from the Istanbul Sultans. We've got a couple of players, as already mentioned, Zybek, who's from the New Jersey Riot Box. And the two brothers, Jeremy and Joshua Smith. One's at the University of Great Falls. One's still what's known as a rising senior, and he's finished his junior year of high school. And that's the 6'3", 265-pound attacker, Joshua Smith, number 28. 48 goals and 2 assists in 13 games in his high school career. So he's used to success, a high-scoring, multi-point attackman in the field game. But obviously this isn't high school, this is Senior International, the European Box Lacrosse Championships. But Turkey, this is a baptism by fire. All of this is money in the bank towards 2019. This team is going to have 2 years together to grow and development, ready for the next Box World Lacrosse Championships. Again, Kem Dogrel, the captain of the Turkey side, exchanging dinner plans with his Irish counterpart. This is Dan Kelly to Kieran Roche. Good shout by one of his teammates, watch your back, as a player was coming from the bench late. You really do have to have your head on a swivel. And with 2 seconds left before the shot clock, again looking to reset the clock, but Kieran Boylan, we see it here, one foot on the restraining line, but has not only got the power but the accuracy to bounce that one, a high bouncer into the top corner, glove side. It's another goal for Ireland, pushes it out to Ireland 26, Turkey 2. Again, a veteran move there by Brendan Farrell. He recognised he was approaching the boards at full speed, so rather than slow down and try to pick up the ball, simply flicked it back to his teammates. And avoided getting pasted against the wall. Self-preservation is a very wise instinct in this game. It's about field sense, and again, Ireland goalkeeper thought about coming to the bench. He got halfway there and then decided against it. So another off-ball penalty for Turkey. There's number 84. Tick-tock, tick-tock. It's a PA announcer. Play some music to accompany his long walk of shame to the penalty bin. That's Berk Ante, defender for Turkey. So it's another power play. And as most teams do when they get an opportunity for power play, they put their starters on, although it looks this time that Ireland haven't.
46 minutes, 45 seconds.
25 isn't on the floor, 17 isn't on the floor. So it looks like at this point, with 12.5 minutes or just over to go, Ireland have given their starters the night off, and so they should. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You really need to endeavour to keep your starters as fresh as possible. This week doesn't get any easier. It's a competition, get more and more experienced. And obviously as the injuries build up over the week, it's a physical sport. Again, nice work up top in the power play. Captain Sean Gibson gives it to number 27, Sean McKeague. Here we see it, just the 3 men again working against the 2 up top. So they're just passing it around the perimeter. This is Sean Gibson, number 13, the captain. Gives it to McKeague. Says, no, here, have it back, son. And this time, a slick finish. Bounce shot to stick side, far post. Bounced it into the roof of the net. Ireland 27, Turkey 2. Again, be interesting to see, like I said, how aggressive Ireland are going to goal. Here's a 2-on-1 break.
48 minutes.
Bounces that one high into the nets above the glass. 10 minutes, just under 11 minutes, 10:52 to go in the fourth quarter. 2 Irish players have the Turkish player pinned. He manages to escape by dishing the ball off. Unfortunately, it goes astray and Ireland collect it. And good play by Andrew Myers. Recognises the break isn't on. So he pulls it out, allows his teammates to come on. It's 5-on-5. Got Kieran Rush setting the pick. Very quick first step. Big hit on number 23 on Matthew Loftus. But for any young players out there watching this, back in Ireland, Drew Witchman, one of the players to watch. He's always on the move. He's like trying to hit Will-o'-the-Wisp. You go to hit him and he's gone. Very quick dancing feet. I'm sure it'll be a hit in the clubs in Dublin. Fast first step, as they like to say in the States. Great elusive play. And Joshua Smith put everything into that one. I think he tried to put that one through the goalkeeper. Hits him square in the chest and gets stuck in his knee pad. Good kick save. That's Jeremy Smith now in the cage for Turkey. I missed their goalie switch. There's his brother Joshua. Little toe drag, 2 men on him. Managed to squeeze between the pair of them, keep the ball and get a shot off. But that time it was a good kick save by Sean Murphy of the sparkly helmet. Hard to lose him in a crowd. Fourth quarter now, 8.5 minutes approaching and left in the game. That's Dan Kelly. Gives the pass back to himself. That was Kieran Boylan. Fired the shot wide, came off the board, but he recovered his own rebound. Unfortunately, the second shot went wide as well. Shot clock siren went off, meaning it's Turkey's turn to have the ball. It's Kem Dogrel, the captain, to Josh Smith. Driving hard again against the Irish defence. And they set a pick. Good defence by Andrew Meyer. That was Egger Zybeck. And that's just an individual goal. Solo breakaway. And a little bit of a twister. Holding the stick in his right side, and he pulls it across his face and puts it into the opposite top corner. Again, deception and accuracy are far more important than box lacrosse, than power. Doesn't matter how hard you can throw it, unless you can stick it in the corner, and ideally we're getting the goalkeeper to move, or at least to lean in the wrong direction. If you telegraph where your shot's going, you're not going to score many in box. Here he is again. Very quick stick fake. Assistant captain Drew Wichman recovers the ball, fires the ball to the crease. Now there's an opportunity for a Turkish transition. It's 2-on-1. Too many men on the field. Is that against Turkey or is that against Ireland? Right, it's actually Turkey too many, obviously. The anticipation of the breakaway. He got to them just a little too fast off the bench. You're only allowed 6 players, including the goalkeeper, on the floor at any time. And as soon as that 7th man steps on the field before using on a substitution, the referees look like they're arm wrestling themselves and laid one forearm over the other. And that's the indication for too many men. It's a 2-minute penalty. Again, the clock was a little bit early there. Should have been 2 minutes. It actually looked like it was 1:49 already on the clock. Unless it's no longer running clock, may well be the rule. Great deception by Wichman. Stepped in looking as though he was going to shoot. Fired it across floor. Looking for the quick stick for his teammate. Great catch by Joshua Smith. But equally well defended. Meant there was no room left for him. Again, 39. Ali Renakin. For some reason gave a cross check to the back of the helmet. That'll lead to another penalty. Goalkeeper is pulled, so it's 6-on-4 at the moment. As there's already 1 Turkish player in the box, and there's about to be 2. Couldn't see who the Irish player was as they were running towards me. Obviously the numbers are only on the back. But he took the cross check to the back of the helmet, didn't react, just jogged to the bench, knowing that his team were going to get a penalty. Okay, it's 5-on-3. 2 men in the box. I think these are the starters that are coming on. We'll see, they might have another opportunity to run through a play. It's 5-on-3. There's 2 men in the penalty box. I'm not quite sure what the argument is here. I'm sure the referees will sort it out. Score table is checking with the referee. Well, that's going to send one of the penalties back to the bench. That's a DJ, pumps the sounds, keeping the crowd entertained while the score table and the officials.
5-minute late short penalty for high sticking, 55 minutes, 12 seconds.
And that'll be the high sticking that's what the delay was. So on the 2-minute penalty, because that was a dead ball, that's called as a major penalty. So with less than 5 minutes left in the game, Ali Arenakin from Turkey served with a 5-minute major. So the first penalty on Turkey is released. Again, the power play goal, 4-on-3. Spent the whole day chasing the Irish team. Slick passing again, leads to another goal. It's Ireland 29, Turkey 2. And it is a running clock at this point. Maybe not such a bad thing. 4:32.
One nice goal scored by number 22, Matthew Lopez, and assisted by number 40, Rory Madigan, 55 minutes, 38 seconds.
The cross check. After the ball, or at least on the loose ball, cross check in the back. Let's see who's heading to the bench. There's a 7 there. So we are 4-on-4, 3:52 left. There's number 27, that's John McKeague. Takes a rest in the sin bin. Good solid check by number 3 for Ireland. That's Patrick Lean. Knocked the stick out of the opponent's Baris Ozgur Yilmaz. So there's number 3 knocking the stick out of his opposition, number 3. This is Dan Kelly. A good big game for Ireland. He was the scorer of the first goal tonight. There's captain Sean Gibson. His shot is blocked. Kieran Rush heads to the bench. It's Andrew Myers coming on. So it looks like we're 4-on-4. It's 2:48 left. 58 seconds left in the Ireland penalty. 2:36 left in the Turkish penalty. There's potential for a breakaway, but I think at this point, not sure if Ireland will push it. Drew Witchman. And wins the loose ball. Gets rid of it quickly. Reed to Witchman up top. Brendan Farrell was setting the pick. Still 4 on 4. As now the Irish penalty is released. So now it'll be the Irish power play as they go 5 on 4. And it's a green ball. The defenders head to the bench. Again, another transition opportunity. Just over a minute left in the game. Ireland will be on the power play for the rest of the game. I don't expect to see many shots though. I think they'll be content just to move the ball around. Wait for the last second. 4 seconds left in the shot clock. He bounces that one high into the nets. Above the glass, it'll be Turkish ball. 4 on 5 with 37 seconds left. Still an opportunity to score one more goal for Turkey. Little pick and roll inside, he takes it. Fortunately just lost control, he was rolling. He made the initial catch, but got a nudge from the Irish defender. Kieran Rush lost control of the ball, tried to kick it to a teammate, bit of football skill shown. As Mehmet Oza and Beck Ante. Hopefully Kieran Rush is okay there. Yeah, good to see. Couple of fist bumps. So well battled, guys. As the Turkish team go to their goalie. Sterling effort by Jeremy Smith in the second half. The Irish team line up, celebrate the win. Final score is Ireland 29, Turkey 2, and that completes our coverage for day 2. Hope you enjoyed it and look forward to seeing you here at day 3 of the European Box Lacrosse Championships. Thank you.